Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. Before we get started, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you're notified anytime I drop a new video, which is every Tuesday. And right now, Friday. As you will notice, I already have a coffee open and some pods out here. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the software that we use to record these videos deleted the whole opening part and the very first taste test on this coffee. It picked up for some reason at the second one. So if you notice a continuity error, I don't have any idea what took place or what happened. So I'm refilming this portion of it so that you can see. I'll try to give you my honest opinion again. I do know what to expect this time, so I just wanted to be upfront with you on that. But this is the Cocoa Truffle for the original line. So let's take a look at what they have to say. If we look at the aromatic profile, we have a vibrant dark cocoa on a base of malted cereal. That is the Nespresso Barista Creations Cocoa Truffle. This flavored coffee capsule is round and smooth with a richness as luxurious as dark chocolate truffles. Well, so we're gonna have the truffle, which should give it kind of a earthy, nutty taste. And then let's see what they have to say about the rest of it. Dark and bitter cocoa flavor meets the malted cereal note of this base espresso in Barista Creations Cocoa Truffle. It's rich and reminiscent of dark chocolate truffles. The base espresso is blended of the finest South American Arabicas, sweet bourbon beans from Brazil. So we're gonna have maybe an undertone of liqueur, the bourbon liqueur, in harmony with washed Colombian beans. So again, we have that blend of beans. They are doing a split roast, which brings out the best in each to create an incredibly smooth and rounded espresso. A great match for that dark cocoa flavor. A distinct cocoa note with a touch of almond sweetness and a hint of vanilla. That's how you'll recognize a Barista Creations Cocoa Truffle. So we've already opened it up. Every one of the pods but one was damaged in this box. So we're just gonna redo round one. Let's go brew a shot. Cocoa Truffle for the original line, round one. We're gonna go with the espresso setting on this. It's done. It still smells so delicious when it comes out. They don't list a level on this, but it's a 1.35 ounce pour. I'm gonna go with the rest of the Barista Creations. We're level 6. This appears to be a level 6, level 5, somewhere in there. Man, you can still, even though this is a recreation for you, you can still smell that wonderful chocolate, and let's give it a taste. All right, I'm just gonna fold a little bit back in. As I mentioned the first time, and it holds true this time, it's a little bit watery. It kind of appears a little bit watery. It's got a good cocoa flavor. The dark chocolate, it definitely has a dark chocolate, which is followed by a little bit of bitter. Malted cereal. I don't pick up on that, nor did I did not the first time, nor do I this time. I do not pick up on the almond sweetness or the vanilla. And there is a hint of sweet in it that kind of, it's right on the tip of your tongue. It's very, very light. It's there for just a really brief moment in time and then it leaves. But Yeah, I just don't, the bourbon, I don't know. They're talking about, there's something that's sweet there. I didn't pick up on the bourbon in my first taste. The sweetness does not taste like it's coming from an almond. It just has a little bit of a sweetness that sits right on the tip of your tongue. The bitter and the cocoa kind of just, the bitter's kind of down the side. The cocoa kind of goes down the middle. And then the sweetness is just right at the tip. It's not bad as an overall shot. I'm just worried, as I said in the first time, I'm just worried because it's such a light one. I'm worried if it's going to get lost in the milk. So I'm tempted to go round 2 with the cocoa and do some milk, kind of almost like a cappuccino style. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go round 2 cocoa truffle with milk. This is where the rest of the footage turned out. So the next footage that you see, where we start off at the machine for the second round doing the milk, and then I have my own thing that I came up with to add to the end of the video. All of that from this point forward was out of our first take. So I tried to recreate this as best I could for you, but I didn't want to deceive you as if this was my first time tasting it. For this one, it was not. We lost that footage and I don't know how or why, but it happened. So we wanted to recreate it so you could at least get my take on how this was as an espresso by itself. The rest of the footage right after this, all authentic, all first take. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I apologize for this error. Continue watching. Up next, round 2. Let's go brew another cup. Cocoa truffle, round 2. We're gonna get this shot going. We're gonna use the espresso setting on it. So we'll get that guy going. We're gonna use 2 ounces of milk. So that's just gonna be about a 50-50 mixture. 1.5 ounces of espresso. And then we're gonna do our 1.35 ounce shot. I probably should have set this so that it frothed the milk for me. So I'm actually gonna pull this guy out. Let's see, this one's done. So let's move over to the milk setting. We're gonna hit start, put this guy underneath. So what I was thinking is with 2 ounces of milk, by the time it adds the water to heat it, we're probably going to end up at about 3 ounces, give or take. That's kind of my methodology that I was thinking on this one. We got our shot in there. Man, it does really smell good. Right, pull our milk out, or pull our wand out, wipe that off, and then it purges itself. Right, we're gonna add our milk in. Yeah, smells good. Let's go give it a taste. Right, let's just get this blended together a little bit, get the milk folded in. All right, cocoa truffle with milk. Let's give it a taste. Interesting. So the sweetness is gone. It's got a very, very earthy taste to it now. The cocoa still does come through. I will be honest, I'm actually a little bit surprised. This was so light, I was afraid this was gonna wash it out immediately. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised that it actually works. So, not bad. I think I'm going to say this one is kind of just a drink on its own, shot kind of thing. The milk works, just not real well. I don't know, it washed out kind of that, it really took a lot of the cocoa notes down. You had that chocolate taste in there, or that cocoa taste in there, and it's still there, but it's so mild now. Boy. Yeah. It would be hard to detect. If they're saying a cocoa truffle, yeah, it's going to be a very difficult one to detect once you add milk to it. I think this is going to be one that you just do the shot. It's just, I don't think it's robust enough. It's a little bit, I kind of commented on how watery it seemed. It doesn't appear that this has much oil in it. The bourbon notes, I don't know. It kind of, for me, is another one. So far, the barista line has turned out some very interesting coffees. Some of them are a hit as far as taste, but again, the description just kind of falls down. All the stuff they're talking about in here, I pick up on the sweetness, I pick up on the cocoa as a shot. You stick it into milk, it gets a little lost. I think it's too watery. It doesn't have enough of an oil base in it. I think it's going to be just a shot to enjoy the shot and the flavor. I don't know that it's going to stand up real well to milk. This one, I mean, and it's 2 ounces of milk. It's literally a 50-50 mix on it. Yeah, it's just got a very, very subtle cocoa flavor. The rest of the description has kind of just gone out the door with this. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering now, if this one would do real well with the new shot I've been working on. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to introduce you to a new shot I was creating. My wife has been the guinea pig for quite a while. And a very happy guinea pig, I might add. She's gotten to try a lot of my concoctions over the last couple of weeks. This one is her favorite. She asks for it almost daily. Not with this pod, with a different pod, but I'm going to try it with this pod, see how it stands up. So let's go round 3. Let's go brew another shot. Okay, this is my own concoction. Give it a try. Drop a comment down below, see what you think. This cup holds roughly 3.75 ounces to give you an idea of size. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and put some Hershey's syrup right in the bottom. Give it a little bit of a base. So we got roughly that much in the bottom. We're then going to take our heavy whipping cream, and we're going to put that right on the top. So about that much. There's your base. I call this shot the black and white. Not very creative, I know. I normally do this with a different pod, but I'm going to use this one this time. And then you just brew your shot right on top. We're going to use the espresso setting again on this. So it's going to be kind of fun. You can do this with the Kazar. It needs, this one may be a little bit weak to give that contrast in there, but do it with a level 11, level 10, level 9 pod of your choice, and it should turn out really well. We got our little stir stick. Let's go give it a taste. So you can see the different layers there. We're just going to get it blended together. This is my wife's new favorite for a single shot. Not necessarily her morning iced drinks, but for a single shot, this is one of her favorites. All right, let's give it a try. Oh my goodness. Ooh. That works really well with a little bit of this. Interesting. This one works. So normally I do it with a level 10, 11 pod, something in the Khazar or the Draken, or however you say that, Draken, whatever you say, level. It adds that little bit of bite in the coffee. This one does okay. I think that little bit of that cocoa notes that they're talking about, that little bit of that dark chocolate, I think that holds up okay here. You put the sweet chocolate in, you have the dark chocolate, which obviously has a little bit of bitter in it, and then the heavy whipping cream. This works. This is just a great, oh man, yeah. This works. This works with this milk. I think I'd pass on that. As a straight shot, pretty good. With the new concoction that I'm going to call the black and white, I think it works wonderfully with that. So let's take a look at what they're doing here on the pods. Barista Creations Cocoa Truffle, 75 cents a pod, so they're not upcharging for it in any way. This one I kind of have a split on. A lot of the time I know you guys are putting them into a milk, or you're blending them with something else. If that is what you do primarily, I'm going to go with pass. If you're just a shot drinker, or you want to try, please try it. Let me know what you think. You want to try the black and white with this pod? This is wonderful. Straight shot, pretty good. Black and white, really good. Yeah, so I'll give it a little bit of a split decision, but since it is an espresso and we are basically judging it the heaviest on what it's actually meant to be, and that is an espresso shot, I'm going to say this one's a purchase. It's a good cocoa. It does not have much sweet. There's a very, very, very fine hint of sweet, some good bitter on the edges, cocoa notes through the middle. So overall, it does okay. Again, a little bit confusing on their descriptions. I don't taste the vanilla, I don't taste the bourbon, and I don't taste the almond. As with many of the other Barista Creations, their descriptions don't quite play out in what I'm tasting. That brings us to the close of another video. I thank you so much for your time. If there's anything you guys would like to see as far as the Nespresso line, whether it's the original or virtual, please drop that down in the comments. I'll be happy to get those out for you. If you would like to try this, you saw how to make it. I would love to see your reports as to how you guys like it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with this cocoa. Try it with a 9, 10, 11 espresso. I think you're going to love it. It's a wonderful little concoction. A little bit of Hershey's syrup, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and then your shot right on top. It's great right as you go. Blend it up. Just absolutely, absolutely tasty. So until next week, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. You'll be alerted because next Tuesday we will have another coffee video. Until then, have a great rest of your day.